Welcome to the Transformational Soul Show with your host, Ruth Soltman. Are you ready to experience more stability in your life? You can change your life and be who you are meant to be, your authentic self.
Well, hello, everyone, and welcome to the Transformational Soul. My name is Ruth Soltman, and I'm very grateful, that you're here to join me tonight. And I want to thank all of our viewers and all of our listeners, whether you're watching live or listening to the replay. The show is streaming live right now on Facebook, YouTube, Rumble, and Twitter. Formerly Twitter. So thank you so much for being here. I want to say hello to a few people that have already popped on. Hello, Robert. Nice to see you here. And Sarah, welcome, Sarah. It's great to see you. Hello, Richard. Nice to see you as well. And Melissa, hello. Thank you all for joining me. Please hit the like and the thumbs up buttons. Please share and repost information about the show. I greatly appreciate that. And please say hello if you are watching and listening. I would love to hear from you. I invite you to check out my website, ruthsoltman.com. That's RUTH, S as in Sam, OL, T as in Tom, M as in Mary, A, N as in Nancy.com. You can find out information there about all of my books, my oracle cards, and all of my services as well. Goldylocks Productions, we have a group on Telegram, and it's an amazing group. So much amazing energy there, very informative. Someone's always posting, some great information or music. So you guys check that out. And also Goldylocks has an online merchandise store, and you want to go on there and check out the designs. I do believe I got an email today that said there's, I think 10 or 15% off. See, correct me if I'm wrong on that, Tiffany. I don't know the emails, if that's in general, if that's specific to each store, or how it works exactly. That if it is, it's a great time to order before Christmas. And don't forget to check out the Goldylocks Productions Energize cards. Let's see. Yes, the Energize Oracle cards. These cards are absolutely beautiful. Yes, it is 15% off the Goldylocks Production shop until tomorrow, or starts tomorrow, I guess, to the 10th. So you guys want to get your orders in, save a little bit money before Christmas? That's fantastic. And there's a direct link for the Oracle cards. So you can order them and they'll ship directly to you. I want to thank all of you who show your support by liking and sharing my show and posting my show information. I am very, very grateful. I want to wish a happy birthday to everyone celebrating a birthday this week. And let's send out some love and light and healing to all who are in need. And, this time of the year, a lot of places the weather is cold. So and the holiday season as well is not always a joyful time for a lot of people. And what I meant with the cold weather is, homeless people. I can't even imagine the kind of temperatures that you see. I get cold when I go outside and it's 50 degrees. So I can't even imagine that. So let's send some love and light to everyone who is in need. And when we send them our love and light, they can feel that love. They can feel the warmth of that love, the comfort of that love. And it really makes a difference for people. I want to thank everyone who donated or tipped my show last month, because you have, in essence, sponsored my show for December. So thank you very much. I am very grateful. I hope you will join us this Saturday, December 9th at 8 p.m. Eastern for the only spiritual message circle of December. And if you're not familiar with how it works, for a donation of only $20, you will receive a message from each of the show hosts that are on that night. Even if you don't want to get a paid message, I urge you to tune in, because I guarantee you that you will hear some information or some message that will deeply resonate with you. It happens every time. And it's always a really good time. We have a lot of fun on that show. Please note that Goldylocks Productions will be on holiday break beginning December 17th until the 30th. And for the first time ever, we are having a New Year's Eve show. Tiffany White Sagewoman has invited all of the show hosts to come on her show, Spiritual Insights, on Sunday, December 31st, New Year's Eve, at 8 p.m. Eastern. So we're going to have a special New Year's Eve show for you guys. I hope you will join us. I think it's going to be so much fun. And I don't know why, but ever since I first heard about it, I've been super, super excited about it. I think it's a fantastic idea. What a way to, ring out the old year and bring in the new one. So the 7-day, I forgot to send you the link for this, Tiffany. But the 7-day Christmas Giving Challenge 2023 will begin this Sunday, December 10th. Now, I know that those of you that are on Facebook will be more likely to participate than people who aren't. So I will post the information on Facebook on all of my pages on there. But it's going to start this Sunday the 10th, and it will conclude Saturday, December 16th. So it's 7 days. So if you want to join and participate in that, there'll be different things every single day. So I hope you will. It was a lot of fun last year. Next week, it's hard to believe because this year has just flown by so fast. But next week is my annual Christmas giveaway and raffle. And might I say, it is 2020, 21, 22, my fourth annual. This will be the 4th year I've done it. I'm so excited. And I know, some people this time of the year, they're feeling extra stressed or extra strapped financially. So my raffle this year, I'm going to give you guys a really great deal. I hope you'll take advantage of it. And the raffle tickets are $9.99, same as they were last year, and I'm going to guess probably the 2 years before. If you make your donation before my show next week, which is the day of the raffle, and you do it through either PayPal, Venmo, or Cash App, you are going to get 2 entries instead of 1. So for your donation of $9.99, you will get 2 chances to win instead of 1. And you can enter as many times as you want to. It's up to you. Now, there are a few reasons I'm doing it this way. This gives you twice as many chances to win, right? Okay. It gives me your info so I can put it on the wheel before the show and be all ready to go. And the donations help to cover all of the shipping. So it's a win-win situation for all of us. So if you are planning on participating in the raffle, I urge you to prepay. And like I said, you can prepay any of those 3 ways. And let's see. Also, for the first 3 donations I received, because they're time-stamped in case I got one on different platforms. For the first 3 donations I received for the raffle, via any of those 3 platforms that I mentioned, you're also going to receive a free gift after the show next week. So remember, the raffle, there's going to be 3 winners, and all of them could be you. So what raffle prizes do I have, you may ask? Well, let me just tell you. Okay, so the first prize is a set of healing stones. They're chakra healing stones. My book, The ABCs of Self-Healing, and a seat in my 10 Steps to Healing Self-Healing class in 2024. Now, you don't have to go anywhere because it's going to be online through Goldylocks Productions. Pretty good deal. The second raffle prize is a pendulum, a deck of Rebecca Campbell's Work Your Life Oracle cards, and a seat in my How to Use Oracle Cards Masterclass in 2024. And again, it will be online through Goldylocks Productions, so you don't have to leave the comfort of your home. The format will be like my show. So you'll be comfortable with it. You won't have to be on camera or anything. Now, the third raffle prize is a coffee mug, a milk frother, and a bag of organic 6-mix mushroom extract from Cultivate Elevate. This stuff is amazing. It has 6 superfood mushrooms blended together. It supports your energy, balances immune system, and what I noticed for me the most was improved mental clarity and alertness. You just mix a half a teaspoon in your morning coffee, and the milk frother blends it really nicely so you don't have any clumps. And it doesn't taste like mushrooms. You'd never know it was mushrooms. When I opened it for the first time, it smelled and looked like chocolate. It looked like cocoa powder. I'm not a mushroom fan, so if it tasted at all like mushrooms, I would not be using it. And actually, that's what kept me from getting it for a while because, somebody says mushrooms. Of course, you think that's what it tastes like, but it doesn't. You don't even taste it. To me, it just makes my coffee taste a little bit stronger, which I like my coffee strong anyway. So that just kind of helps. And, the mushrooms and the frother are two things that, crazy as it sounds, really improved my life this year. Thank you to Tiffany. She's the one that told us all about these products. So thank you so much for that, because it's been a real game changer. Now, as far as the free giveaways, I have many that I'm going to show you next week because I do several. And I'll show you as I'm giving them away. I'll show you what it is, and then we'll spin the wheel. So a bag of Celtic sea salt, another game changer this year. My new book, Practical Spirituality, Living a Spiritual Life in a Human Body, as soon as it is released, and a deck or two of different oracle cards, just to name a few things that I'll be giving away. Now, I'm also doing a Christmas special on my services, both Reiki sessions and readings, full sessions. You buy one, you get the second one for $25. It's a fantastic deal. So you can get one and give one as a gift. You can give both of them as gifts. You could keep them both for yourself, however you want to use them. They do not have to be scheduled when you purchase the certificate. The certificates are good for all of next year until December 31st, 2024. And what they will say on them is, good for one Reiki session or good for a reading. The price is not on there, so you don't have to feel uncomfortable if you want to give that as a gift to someone, because they're never going to know what you paid for it. And what a unique thing to give for Christmas, right? An experience. How awesome is that? That is something they will never forget. They come in an envelope that says a gift for you on it. So and they're mailed to you. So if you want them as gifts, make sure you purchase in time to receive them before Christmas. You can contact me on social media, or you can email me at I am Ruth Soltman, IAMRUTH, S as in Sam, OL, T as in Tom, M as in Mary, N as in Nancy, at gmail.com. The specials are not available on my website, so you would have to contact me to get the specials. And it's almost unbelievable to think that Christmas is only 19 days away. That's less than 3 weeks. So remember this year, as you're doing your Christmas shopping, because I don't think everyone is done yet, to shop small businesses. Your purchase makes a difference in their life. That might sound so crazy, but when you really think about it, it's very true. Because major corporations aren't going to notice, let's say, a $100 or $200 sale. But a small business, they're kicking their heels when they get a $20 sale. Let me tell you, it's very, very exciting. Okay, so if anybody has any questions about any of that, just let me know. I know that's a lot of announcement information to take in all at once. So if you have any questions, just let me know. And a couple things I am going to repeat before the end of the show for anyone who missed it at the beginning. Hello, Heather. Nice to see you. Have a great night at work, Richard. Okay, so the energy lately has been crazy, right? It's been up and down, and it's been very intense at times. I'm not going to say it's been intense constantly, but it has been very intense at times, and it's been going in these like waves where you can feel the difference. Like right now, I just looked it up, and the Schumann resonance is at 49. It was higher than that over the weekend. Was it the weekend? I don't know. All the days seem to blur together, but a few days ago it was over 40. It was like 52 or 58 or something. But the energy has been going crazy. So keep riding these energy waves. I know sometimes they're really intense, but they are going to take us through the end of the year. Okay. 2024 is going to show us some magnificent new energy. There is much to look forward to in the new year. Lay down. Okay, so keep doing your healing work. So when you think about this, I know so many of you out there are doing a lot of healing work. Look back at where you were at the beginning of this year and how much work you have done and how much you have changed and how many changes have come into your life because of the healing work. All the stuff that you let go of, all the realizations that you came to this year. Now, some of you still have some work to do. Most all of us have some kind of work to do, but you're doing it, right? That's what's amazing. Keep getting rid of all that stuff that no longer serves you, because we're going to be walking into this new year lighter and brighter than ever before. We always have work to do. We don't get to one point and say, oh, okay, all the healing work is done. I'm right at the top of the ladder here. I don't need to grow anymore or evolve anymore. But that isn't true, because we're always growing and evolving. Every experience teaches us something that we need to know if we pay attention. But that's the big problem, is that we don't always pay attention. We all need to be more mindful of what the universe is showing us and what information is coming to us and what experiences are coming into our lives. Because if we can figure out what we need to learn the first time or two around, so much better for us. Because when we don't, each time the universe hits us with it a little bit harder and a little bit harder to wake us up. It has to wake us up, because we're just sitting there not paying attention at all. So it's got to come and thump us a little bit on the head to get our attention. So that's what it'll do. And, our journey is not this straight line where we're just walking down this path. No, it's a spiral. And we keep coming around to the same things, lessons maybe that we haven't learned. And the ones that we have, we might be experiencing some things on an even deeper level to do even deeper healing. I think it was last week maybe that I talked about how as we grow on our spiritual path, and let's say we have a spiritual book and we read it the first time, and we receive that within ourselves on one level. But now that we've done some healing work, we go back and read it, we get stuff on a much deeper level. And, maybe another year from now, with more work that we've done, we read it again and we get things on an even deeper level, right? Hi, Diane. Nice to see you here. And so it's really important that a lot of times that we revisit these same things on our path, whether it's like a movie or maybe a very special place that you went to that you really felt like incredible vibes. Or a book, because every time we revisit it, we're going to get things on a deeper level, and that's going to help us grow even more. So keep that in mind as you are progressing on your path, and always know that you're exactly where you need to be. And I had somebody ask me one time, well, how do you know? Because if I wasn't exactly where I needed to be, I would be somewhere else. And I know that sounds kind of silly, but we are always where we're supposed to be. So always know that you're in the place that you need to be for whatever reason, whether it's to learn a certain lesson, maybe for a certain person to cross your path. It could be a lot of different reasons, but know that you're always where you need to be, and everything happens just the way it's supposed to. All my life, I can remember saying how everything happens for a reason. I can remember saying this when I was a kid, and people would sometimes look at me like I had antlers coming out of my head or something, because a lot of times people can't understand why things happen that we would call misfortunate, or, some people would call it a bad experience. But we have to go through these things sometimes to learn the lesson that's there, because maybe we didn't get it the other 5 times it was presented on our path. So it just helps us to grow, and every experience that we have is for our best and highest good. And when you can remember that, no matter what is happening to you right now, it's for your best and highest good, because it's going to help you to grow. It's going to help you to evolve. It's a lot easier to get through those situations. It's so much easier to get through those situations. So keep on doing the work. It's really exciting. I love this time of the year, of course, because of the holidays. I love Christmas. It's my favorite. And then we have New Year's. And for the last many years now, I've been seeing New Year's in kind of a different light. I think it's really cool that, it's almost like a brand new beginning, although every day is a brand new beginning. But this is kind of more large scale, I guess you could say. And I like to look back at the chunk of time, throughout this year, and see where I was a year ago, see how much I've grown, see how much I have accomplished as well. Things that I've been manifesting, or maybe different areas I want to branch out in, and then look back, wow, okay, maybe it seemed like I wasn't getting very far along on this path throughout the year, because it was just one baby step at a time. But when you stop at the end of the year and you look back, wow, it's been giant leaps. You just didn't realize it all along. So always know that you're exactly where you're supposed to be. No one is further along or behind. There's no comparison on your spiritual path. You cannot compare yourself with someone else and say, well, I should be where that person is. Why am I lagging behind? It doesn't work like that, because each of our paths are individual and unique to us. We made these contracts before we came here, right? We set out what we wanted to accomplish. Maybe we didn't have the fine details of how we were going to accomplish it, but we knew what we were coming here to do. We all did. Of course, coming through that birth canal created some form of amnesia, and, we don't remember when we're born. But as we travel along our path, especially when we start going in the right direction, things will pop out, and it'll jog a memory, or it'll jog something where you're like, you know what? I think I need to explore this a little bit more, because these little glimpses will pop up here and there. And I'm very intrigued by like past life stuff, and past life memories. And I do have a few of my own, but a couple things I remember when my nephew was probably about 4 or 6 years old. Hi, Kristen. Nice to see you. He was about 4 or 6 years old, or 4 or 5 years old, 3 or 4. He was very young. And we were all out to dinner. We were at this restaurant. And he's just kind of chatting away. But, a lot of people weren't really listening to him because they were talking amongst themselves. And he goes, well, when I was a dad, and starts talking about his life as a dad, talking about his children. Of course, I'm like that. All of a sudden, my ears just perk up, because I'm like, ooh, this is a great conversation. So I'm just listening. And like, he went through this whole scenario. And, I'm sure that was a past life memory. And it's really cool. And they say that children keep those memories until, I'm not sure how old, but a lot of times, us parents will say, oh no, that never happened, and just dismiss it. My granddaughter Judy, for the last week, she's going to be 3 at the end of this month. And for the last couple of weeks, she keeps talking about the time she broke her arm when she fell out of a tree. And that didn't happen in this lifetime. But she showed me her arm, which arm it was. And she said the same arm every single time I've asked her. She showed me like where it broke. And she wants to see a picture of it with her in the cast. I don't have that. So I think that's a past life memory for her. And that's pretty cool. But, we all have little things that will pop up here and there that will help jog our memory. But it's really great when we can encourage this in other people. I might have a memory of something that nobody else remembers happening, but that doesn't mean it did not happen. And, another thing that's been coming up for me a lot lately is I've heard people saying things about like a glitch in the matrix, or some kind of, not just a glitch, but I forget what other words they were using. But let me just tell you, I had another one. I talked a week or two ago about the teenagers that were standing at the driveway that just vanished into thin air. And yesterday, I was outside having coffee. And I'm sitting there. And when I came out the door, I walked through the doorway, went and sat down. When I went to go back in, there's a package in front of the door. Okay. I was sitting there the whole time. No one came on the porch. It was from the post office. No post office vehicle went by, nothing. The package was just there. And where it was sitting, I would had to have seen it or fell over when I came outside. So I know it wasn't there because I always look for packages, especially this time of year. So I thought that was pretty weird, pretty unusual, and kind of pretty cool in a way too. Sarah says, I have been seeing a lot of glitches lately. Yes. And I've heard this from some other people too. And it's, it really makes you stop for a second and be like, what's going on? But it is kind of really neat to experience that too. So if anybody else is experiencing that, I would love to hear what you guys have experienced, what you've seen or heard, or, whatever. And remember, please drink lots of water. It's very important for our bodies that we stay hydrated. And with this time of year, when there's a little bit more stress than usual, we have big deadlines, with holidays and parties and celebrations and gift giving and all of that. So don't get caught up in the stress. Be extra kind to yourself because our bodies need it. Remember, we are a spiritual being living in a human body, but we have to really take care of that human body. It's so important. Our spirit is just boundless and, so amazing and so bright and so beautiful. We want to have a wonderful place for it to reside while it's here on earth. We want to make sure we're taking good care of ourselves, getting enough sleep, eating properly, spending some time in nature. We've had some really cool days here lately. And like I said earlier, if it's 50 degrees, I'm cold. I have to wear a jacket. But several days this week, I have gone and just stood outside in the sun. Now, when it's cold out, the sun does not feel nearly as hot as it does in the summer. But it's so nice to just stand there and just feel that warmth on your face. It does something. And I know you get lots of, the vitamin D from the sun, which is very healthy. Someone told me once before, you can sit in the sun for 15 minutes a day, or you can, for vitamin D, or you can take a supplement. Many people choose to take a supplement, which, your body doesn't even absorb it the same way. I also saw a video last week about the being in the sun, and it takes like an hour, they said. And it was that Barbara O'Neill. Was it Barbara O'Neill? Is that her name? I think so. She was saying how it takes a good hour for your your body to absorb all the vitamin D from the sun. So not that you have to be in it for an hour, but I'm saying after you come in, it takes a little while for your body to absorb it all. But even just think about how much better you feel when you're outside in the sun. So that right there tells you something. So, okay, we're at the halfway point roughly. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to start doing some messages. And then I'm just going to go over the stuff about the raffle once again for those that weren't here in the beginning. So if anybody out there would like a message, I would love to give you one. So you just let me know. Okay, Sarah, I know you want one, so I'm going to put you down. I can feel it. Let's see what we have. What card to be the most interesting? Oh, sometimes it's just so hard to decide. Sometimes I'll start shuffling them and I can just feel this is not the ones. And then I have to get some other ones. But they'll tell you. They will definitely tell you. And also, let's see if I have it here. I think I do. My pendulum. I do. So if anybody has a yes or no question, I would be happy to consult the pendulum for that. And let me just tell you, I have been using this pendulum for, I don't even know how long, but it's been more than 20 years. I know that. It's probably been way more than that. Okay. Yes. So I have Sarah, Robert, Heather. I'm not filling those cards. Okay, let's try these ones. Okay, Sarah, what do we have for you? Oh, these are the soul truth cards. And sometimes they ask difficult questions. Well, not difficult, challenging questions. I like that word better. Sarah, what are the dominant emotions that run your life? The dominant emotions. And it says here, how do you feel your day? Stress or joy? I think this card is for me. Trust or anger? Anxiety or peace? We have only today, right now, the journey. No goal, no destination will bring us the feeling we seek. But when we begin filling every day with that which we, gosh, these are so light you can hardly read them. But when we begin filling every day with that that we value most, we will attract more of it. This is fulfillment. So it says today's soul action for you is to lean into what you want to feel and adjust your life, your values, and your expectations to match your desires. What do you want to feel? Are you willing to let go of the belief that you have to achieve something in order to feel it? Now, when I was reading that, what kept coming in my head was, it's almost like fake it till you make it. Believe that it's already yours, and then you create that energy of what it feels like to have that, or to be that, whatever it may be. And that energy that you create will help you to manifest it. But I think that's a really great question. What are the dominant emotions that run my life? Because if you're stressed out all day, and you're ticked off about stuff a lot, you have a lot of anxiety, that's what's ruling your whole entire day. And everything that you do is going to be affected by those emotions. But when you fill your day with joy and trust and peace, then those are the emotions that are going to propel all of your experiences that day. It's just like those times we get up in the morning and maybe we're running late and, we spill our coffee on the way out the door. And then, okay, so it snowed last night and the windows are frozen and I got to take 10 minutes to thaw out the car. So now I'm really going to be late. So you have that stressed out feeling of anxiety. And for me, I'd always have like that. It felt like impending doom because, oh my God, I'm going to be late. It's going to be the end of the world for everyone. Um, that kind of feeling, and we put that on ourselves. We put that on ourselves. And when those things sometimes happen in the morning, it colors our entire day. Any little thing you will happen will be like, oh yeah, of course. This is just how my day has been. But when we can do things more from that place of joy, when we're not all stressed out and we're more at peace, everything flows so nicely, right? All those little things don't bother you. Spilling your coffee on your way out the door, oh, let me just go clean that up. It wouldn't be a big deal because everything happens for a reason, right? So maybe that, a few minutes that you were late saved your life down the road from some horrible accident. We just never, ever know. Sometimes we do. Sometimes we do find out those things, but for the most part, a lot of times we don't, and that's okay. But just know that when those little things happen, it's not because the universe is against you. It's not because anybody's out to get you. It's a blessing in disguise. So I hope that resonates with you, Sarah. I feel like I might have rambled a little bit there. Robert. What do we have for Robert? Sarah said, love that card. Thank you, bunches. When I'm running behind, I say it loud. There's plenty of time. It helps calm me. Oh my gosh, I do that too. Every week lately for my show, I've been very, very rushed. That last hour trying to get things done and get things ready and feed the kids dinner and all that. And so I'll look at my clock and I'll be like, oh my gosh, I have like 40 minutes to do everything. And then that for 1 second, I'll feel that sense of panic. And then I say to myself every single time, I have more than enough time to get ready for my show. More than enough time. And I'm always ready by like 10 or quarter to every single week. So it's all about your mindset. It's all about what you project out there. I totally get that. And yes, there is plenty of time, even though time really doesn't exist, but we won't really talk about that tonight. But you guys know what I mean. Robert, this card just stuck right out of the deck for you. Do I know all my strengths and am I using them? Do you, Robert? Do you know all of your strengths? You have so many. We all have superpowers, but it's up to us to uncover them. We are all given that treasure chest of gifts, but if we never open up that box, right? When we live and lead with our strengths, we're able to show up in our zone of genius. This inspires others to do the same. So ask yourself this, Robert, how can I use one of my soul's gifts today to contribute to this open and ready world? Wow. Have you discovered all of your gifts and all of your strengths? If you haven't, look inside because you will find them. You will find them. And a lot of little things will lead you to them. We don't come here with just one gift. We come here with so many. And, sometimes we might see someone who's like maybe very good musically and we'll say, oh, they're so gifted. And yeah, I'm sure they are, but that's not, sometimes people don't look past the one obvious gift that they have, that other people see, that they see, because we have so many more. And sometimes something will spark or help you to unlock it. But sometimes you just got to go digging yourself. You just got to take that deep dive and look within yourself because you have so many gifts to share with the world, Robert. I'm feeling that, not a sense of urgency, but I've been getting the message lately, it's not like hurry up and get this done, but don't put things off tomorrow that you can do today. Do what you can now for all of us. I've been I had this sense of urgency many years ago when it was about writing my book and getting it done. You know, you got to get this done, this blah, blah, blah. And the sense I feel now is more and more people really need to come to terms with, acknowledge and accept the truth of who they are. Because as people do this, I mean, this whole earth is changing. It's changing with our light. It's changing with our love. It's absolutely amazing. Robert. Okay, I got Robert. Heather. What do we have for Heather? Okay, Heather, this card popped out for you. What can I do to make a difference? And this is a really great question. It says, what keeps you up at night? What makes you cringe when you think about it, such that every sense of you screams no more? Where can you create purpose out of your pain? Today's soul action, make a difference in someone's life today, big or small, because all of it makes a difference. You know, a lot of times we think that we have to do some big, elaborate thing to make a difference in someone's life. Let me tell you, every little thing makes a difference. Do one kind thing, it makes a difference for that person, and it makes you feel really good too, but it ripples out. That kindness that one kind thing that you do ripples out to other people everywhere. So when you throw that stone in the pond, you have that ripple across the lake. It touches so many lives, but even though you'll never know, even though you don't realize it. It might be that person shares the story of what you did, and someone else is just so incredibly touched. You don't know, but everything that you do makes a difference. You don't have to go, like in some of these videos, go out on the street and hand out $100 bills to people. Every act of kindness makes a difference to someone. So just continue being who you are, Heather, because you're an amazing person. You have come so far. You have come so far. You have done so much healing work. I mean, you're definitely not the same person you were a year ago or 2 years ago, probably even 6 months ago. So keep doing that. That is making a huge difference for you. It's making a huge difference in the life of your girls, and it's going to affect the generations to come, because there's not going to be all that baggage there anymore for future generations, because you're clearing it away. So you just keep on doing that. Hope that makes sense for you. Let's see. I'm going to pull a card for Diane. Put Richard down here. You are so welcome, Heather. Okay, who is I on now? Diane. Okay, let's see what we have for Diane. Diane. Okay. This is a great question, too. I love these cards because some of these are very deep questions. Some just really make you get in touch with your feelings. It says, what do I believe about money? Do my beliefs match my dreams? And it's really ironic how this card would come up, because I was just thinking about beliefs about money, like things I heard when I was a kid. I was thinking about this the other day. And now, of course, I can't think about what the one incident was. But because I see I didn't write it down. I told you guys, if I don't write something down, I forget. It says, how does your relationship with money affect your current situation? Do you believe you are worthy? Do you believe you are capable? Do you trust money? Does money trust you? Money is an energy. It's an energy. It ebbs and it flows. You are worthy of it, and it's your responsibility to heal your relationship with money as part of your waking up to the whole of you and your purpose. And it says, for your today's soul action, take a deep dive in your belief system around money. Are there any beliefs you need to upgrade to create the results you are wanting most in your life? Write out your money story. Is it time for a sacred shift? What will your next chapter be? Fill in the blank. I am grateful to money because. Now, a lot of times the thoughts that we had when we were children, different things we heard or saw as children, affected our relationship with money now. And a lot of times we don't even realize it until we really start to ask ourselves those important questions. So really go within and figure out where your relationship for money comes from. Does it come from what you've experienced now? Do you feel less than, or like you don't deserve to have money? Because if so, you're going to have to heal that part of you that feels not worthy, because you are worthy, and you need to know that, you need to feel that, you need to believe that, you need to project that. Because whatever feelings you have about money, that's the energy that you are projecting out. So if you're feeling like, well, I don't deserve that, or something like that, money is not going to come to you. But when you are open and you know that you're deserving, money can come to you in so many unexpected ways. So I have to hope that resonates with you, Diane. Okay, Sam. Sam, what am I waiting for? Someone else to do it for me? Wow, that's very powerful. Are you waiting on someone else before you can take the big leap? You can take that big leap by yourself. What if you were to take life into your hands and forge your own unique path, which you already are? Put your heart into action and ask yourself, what risk can you take to move towards your dreams? Make a decision and do it. No more waiting for others. Only you. Do it scared if you have to. Just take the leap. It says no more thinking, only doing. Be brave and you will discover what you are really made of. Wow, that's beautiful. So whatever it is, if it's some kind of a project, if it's some kind of a change in your circumstances or your lifestyle, whatever it is, don't wait on anyone else's input. Don't wait on anyone else to assist you. Just go ahead and take the plunge. Just take that leap. Because you will, it's amazing when we suck it up and don't let fear control us anymore, or whatever we do let control us when there's a change maybe that we want to make and we let something hold us back. When we just say, forget it, you don't have control over this anymore, only I do, and we take that step, amazing things happen. Absolutely amazing. So you will never regret taking that first step. Sometimes that first step can feel like you're stepping off of a cliff and there's nothing underneath you. And it might feel like that, but there's always something beneath you. So I hope that resonates with you. Oh, you're welcome, Diane. You're welcome, Sam. You're welcome, Heather. Okay, Kristen. Let's see which one jumps out for you. Oh, Kristen. It's a good card. Am I on the right path? And it says, sometimes we second guess what we are doing. We all do that. I can tell you, I've more than second guessed myself many times in my life. It's been more like 5, 6, 7 times. Sometimes we second guess what we are doing. We lose trust in the process and question if we are even on the right path at all. We have all done this. We just doubt ourselves. It says, know this, you are on the right path. Keep going. Keep believing. Keep remembering that you made a soul contract that you are currently fulfilling in every area of your life. Even if you can't see it, that doesn't mean it's not real. We can't see the wind, but we know it's there, right? We can see the effects of the wind, we can feel them, but we can't see it. It says your soul action to search today. Search for all the ways you are aligned with your soul's purpose. The signs will appear. Let this newfound trust fuel your next steps. And I will tell you from my own experience, it is all about trust. Trust. We can't doubt. We have to have that trust. Doubt will just, do us in. It's just like when we use our intuition. You have to trust the information that's coming through. You absolutely have to trust it. When you have any doubt, that doubt just puts up a block. It's more difficult for information to come through. Trusting it was the hardest thing. And I remember when I first started watching Melissa Park's show, Joyful Findings, which is on Fridays at 8 p.m. Eastern. When I first started watching her show, she used to say that a lot. That would be my message. Like 90% of the time, they just want you to trust the information that you're getting. And she would say that too. I know it's not easy to do. It's hard. It is hard because you're never, when you start listening to your intuition, you're not sure if that's your head talking to you or if that's actually like your intuition that's talking to you or you're feeling. But after a while, the more you can differentiate the two. And the more you use it, it's like a muscle. It gets stronger and stronger and stronger. And now, for the last several years, whatever messages I get, I always trust them. Sometimes I don't have a clue what they mean. Not a clue. But I've learned to absolutely trust them 100%. They come in, I get more information now since I trust 100%. I get clearer information most of the time. And something else, but I forgot what I was going to say. So know that. Richard, where am I with my health goals? Oh my goodness. Where do I want to be? Why am I not there? What will it take for me to feel well? Now, I find this really interesting, Richard, because I feel like you got a health-related card the last time I pulled a card for you. Now, I could be wrong. And it says, if my body could talk, it would say blank. What would your body say? Feed your body what it needs to feel nourished, appreciated, and loved. Make some new, exciting goals to take your health to the next level. I know, and from different things I've seen you post, that you're eating healthier. And that's really awesome. So if my body could talk, it would say, that's like a very powerful question. Very powerful. So just think about what it is that you might need for your body to, in a healthy sense, get to the next level. Keep doing that healthy work on yourself. Keep on with the self-care, the self-love. You've grown a lot too, Richard. Bravo for you. And Melissa, of course. Melissa always, always, always gives me such an amazing message on her show. That is one that is much appreciated. Okay, let's see what we have. Oh, looking at the wrong side. Melissa, let's see what we have for you. What if it was easy? It is easy, right? You know this. It says it doesn't have to be hard. Call in the universe, the stars, the angels, and all their powers. Find the solution. Would you take the next step if it were easy? It's time to expect ease, call in grace, and receive guidance. You are supported. It says to list 10 possible ideals for your soul's current calling. Lean into ease. It's here. You just have to say yes to it. So many times, now I'm not saying this is your situation, Melissa, but so many times we always think something is going to be more difficult than what it is. We let our mind just tell us, blah, 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 and all this chatter. And then it kind of staves us off from doing that exact thing. But when we trust and when we follow our intuition, it is easy, right? It is easy. I feel like more things are going to be opening up to you. Like, I guess, soul purpose wise, gift wise. I just feel like you're expanding in many different ways, whether you know it yet or not. And that's really exciting. That's really exciting. So just know that all of that is coming to you with ease as well. So you don't have to worry or stumble around about it. Once you realize maybe some new gifts that you're going to discover. So I don't want to say they're going to come to you. New gifts are going to come to you. You've always had them. But maybe you're going to just discover them or rediscover them or remember them. And I don't know. I just feel like it's going to kind of like maybe blow your mind a little bit. We'll see. So I hope that makes sense for you, Melissa. Okay, we have couple more minutes here. And I just wanted to tell you guys once again about the next week is my 4th annual Christmas giveaway and raffle. And what I'm doing this year is I'm letting you guys, see if I can, my notes here are messed up. I'm going to, but if you guys prepay for your raffle tickets, then, and you prepay, it's $9.99, and you prepay on either PayPal, Venmo, or Cash App. By next Wednesday, before my show, then what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you 2 entries instead of 1. Okay, so you'll pay your donation of $9.99 for a raffle ticket, but you're going to get 2 chances to win instead of 1 if you pay via PayPal, Venmo, or Cash App. Now, there will be 3 raffle prizes, and there's going to be a bunch of giveaways. But this way, you'll have 2 chances to win. The first 3 donations that I receive, those people are also going to get a free gift next week after the show. This way, I can get the wheel set up before the show and not have to do it during the show. We can spend more time giving things away. And then the money is there for the shipping. When we do it through, let's see, some of the other platforms, that gets tied up for at least a month, and it gets cut quite a bit. So this way, the funds will be there for all of the shipping costs. And I'm trying to do that now because in the past, I've really kind of not thought that through ahead of time. And it would be like the week before Christmas, and I was trying to figure out how I was going to ship all this stuff. So if you're planning and participating in the raffle, I do urge you to prepay via PayPal, Venmo, or Cash App. If you want to know the raffle prizes and you tuned in late, just go back to the first part of the show because I described them all there and told you what you're going to get to win. And remember that there's going to be 3 prizes. Depending on the amount of tickets that you get, you could win all 3. How amazing would that be? That'd be pretty awesome. I know in the past I've had like one big winner, but I wanted to break it up so that more people can win. And also, when you join me next week, we will be having a ton of giveaways. There'll be a lot. So I want to thank all of you for joining me tonight. It's been great spending this hour with you. I'm very, very grateful. I hope you guys all have a wonderful, wonderful week. I love you all. Good night, everyone.